Is hedonism considered an ethical philosophy? Have you ever wondered if seeking pleasure is a valid way to live a good life? This question brings us to the concept of hedonism, which has a rich history in European thought. Hedonism is a philosophy that identifies pleasure as the highest good. It suggests that pleasure is valuable and pain is not. The term comes from the Greek word hedon, meaning pleasure. In ancient Greece, hedonism found its roots during the Hellenistic period. The Cyrenaics and Epicureans were among the first to advocate for pleasure as the key to a good life. The Epicureans, in particular, believed that true pleasure comes from the absence of pain and disturbance. They argued that happiness and moral worth are tied to this understanding of pleasure. However, not all philosophers agreed. Thinkers like Plato and Aristotle viewed pleasure as less important. They emphasized virtues and rationality as central to ethics. The Stoics also criticized hedonism, believing that focusing on pleasure could lead to moral decay. Fast forward to the Enlightenment and modern times, hedonism saw a revival. Philosophers like Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill reformulated hedonism into what we now call utilitarianism. Bentham's idea, known as hedonistic utilitarianism, suggests that the moral worth of an action is based on its ability to produce the greatest happiness for the greatest number. This approach highlights collective happiness as a key factor in morality. Despite its influence, hedonism has faced criticism throughout history. Critics argue that equating pleasure with the highest good oversimplifies human motivation. Cicero, for instance, criticized Epicureanism for its focus on pleasure. Medieval thinkers like Augustine and Thomas Aquinas rejected hedonism, viewing earthly pleasures as obstacles to spiritual fulfillment. Aquinas suggested that true happiness comes from a divine vision, which transcends mere pleasure. So, is hedonism considered an ethical philosophy? Yes, it is, especially within the traditions of Epicureanism and Utilitarianism. It claims that pleasure is the ultimate moral value guiding human behavior. However, it has also been challenged by other ethical systems that prioritize virtue, duty, or spiritual goods over pleasure. The ongoing debate about hedonism reflects larger questions about what it means to live a good and moral life in European philosophical traditions.